I'm also seeing the situation where he had had a procedure done.
Oh my God, yes. Oh my God, you are so right. I
And
did not believe you were real. I mean, I wanted to. Oh my God.
when your husband passed, okay, this is a really, I'm seeing all these crazy visions when I'm connecting, and visions are literally like bits of information that your loved ones will send to me. I know that he was sick before his passing, okay?
Yes.
But I'm also seeing the situation where he had had a procedure done.
Oh my God, yes. Oh my God, you are so right. I
And
did not believe you were real. I mean, I wanted to. Oh my God.
it's okay. Listen, don't freak out. He's telling me when I'm connecting, it was the procedure, Matt.
Yeah, it was. You flatlined on the table.
I know. Don't. It's okay. It's all right. I'm going to tell you everything that he's telling me, because he's saying to me, Matt, he goes, she's here today because she needs answers.
Yeah, I've been telling him I need the answers so badly.
He says to me when I'm connecting this, he goes, Matt, he says, I need to let her know that the one thing that I'm so upset about is the fact of the way that she found out that I died. So he's telling me that you sat with his body after he had passed on.
Yes.
And he said to me, Matt, I saw her holding on to me, because he tells me that you had a hard time with them taking him out of the house or leaving or taking your husband.
And I left the facility because I couldn't bear the thought of watching them take him away.
That's what he's talking about. Listen, he's saying to me this, he says, listen, you can understand that what you see, what you go through, your loved ones see in heaven. And he keeps saying to me, Matt, she didn't want to see them take me. She didn't want to see them take me. That's what he keeps telling me. So know that when you were experiencing that, please know that his soul was already on the other side. He tells me that he heard you talking to him every day, because I see whispering in his ear and talking in his ear. He goes, and you need to let her know, Matt, I heard her. This is what's really tough. And I really don't want to tell you, but you asked me to give you answers, and I'm going to tell you everything he tells me.
Please.
Your husband tells me that he really died during that procedure. That's what had happened, because he tells me his soul was already on the other side. So please know, even though his body was being kept alive, your husband is telling me there was no way that I was going to make it through this.
No, when I knew instantly too. Did I cause this? I think I made a mistake with his medications.
What's really tough about this, okay, is that there was no happy ending for your husband.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you the reason why.
Please do.
He tells me when I'm connecting with him that his body was so weak on the inside. So it doesn't matter if you gave him this medication, that medication, if you skipped a medication, it doesn't matter what he was taking or what it was on. It was about his body on the inside. And he says, Matt, he says, I want her to know, he says, that I was hanging on by a thread. That's what he tells me. You know this because I see when I'm connecting with your husband, him going back and forth to the doctors, even before his passing. He shows me he was always there. I see that they were always running blood checks. They were always trying to figure out what was going on.
Yes.
So please know that he's coming through to let you know one thing. You know, what you're telling me about, oh my God, did I give him the wrong medication? Did I mix this up? Did I do that? That's grief. That has nothing to do with your husband. I'm telling you right now. He would tell me, believe me, he says, I can't have her living life this way. Because he tells me that the day that he died, you gave up. He says, and that there's times when you keep saying, I want to be with him. I can't function anymore. I don't have a life anymore now that he's gone. And I know how hard it's been for you, because he shows me you taking care of him around the clock. It was 24-hour care. To next thing you know, you being without him. And he tells me that you've been having a hard time even sleeping in bed.
I moved to a new bedroom. I won't even really use our bedroom.
So you need to know that he wants you to do one thing, okay? He really wants you to promise, because he keeps saying to me, Matt, she needs to go back to living her life, because every day he shows me that you're stuck in a bad dream. Every day you're stuck in the day that he died.
Yeah, I think I just realized I have like post-traumatic stress from the whole situation, how it went down. Okay.
What's causing this for you is that you feel that you could have changed something to make this not happen. And he's making me laugh, because he's going like this, because Matt, my whole life, she's been a control freak. From what I was eating to where I was going, he says, to what bills we were paying, to what we were watching on TV, he goes, she had to control everything.
He was a control freak too, but I was a bigger one.
He goes, you don't understand. He goes, even when she went to the doctor, she had to know. He goes, she would get her glasses. She'd be looking at everything. She had to know what medications I was on, what they were giving me, what it was for, all these things. He goes, she's always trying to control everything, he says to me. He goes, so the thing is that with this, it was really hard for you, because you had to give up your control to doctors and nurses and to other people. He says, you're still trying, he says, please let her know she's still trying to control things right now. The way that you've been going and saying, listen, I'm not doing anything. My husband passed. I don't want to stay in the bed. I can't do this. I can't do that. There's one thing you need to know, and that is that you need to let it go. Doesn't mean you let go of him. It means that you let go of the day that he died. That's where you're stuck in. He tells me that there's drawers you haven't cleaned out. He's showing me that there's still things of his that you can't touch or hold on to or go near.
Yes. I don't go in his office. I don't go in his clothes.
He says to me, Matt, he goes, I'm telling her this for one reason. He says, because you said before you came here, if this is real, he'll come through. I'll hear from him. And if I hear from him, I'm going to be able to live life again. I just want to know he's okay. So he says to me, Matt, can you please just tell her that I'm okay and I love her? Your loved ones in spirit know, right? What's going to help you to heal,
Okay.
what's important and what's not. So he says to me, Matt, please let her know that when she leaves here, my soul is there with her. He tells me that he doesn't want his passing affecting his son anymore either, because
Both of them.
he tells me that your kids don't know how to help you because they see you going and crying and hurting every single day. And they've already, in the best way that they can, because we never move on from a loved one's passing. It doesn't happen. Moving on doesn't exist. But we learn to continue our life. And the one thing I want is for her to be there for the boys. And you can't do that unless you move on and heal too. He's saying, Matt, can you please ask her to promise that she'll work on that for me? Promise me that she'll work on that. That's what he keeps saying.
Okay.
And know that this is his way of validating in spirit, that every day that goes by, his
Okay.
soul is safe and at peace. And more importantly, he is here and with you.
Thank you so much.
All right, you're very welcome.